Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. So honestly, I wasn't even planning on doing another segment on the DC crime crackdown today. I've already recorded a bunch of videos on the topic, I just finished recording another, but now I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm forced to because an absolutely legendary video just hit my feed. I mean, this is absolute gold. And so there's no way we're skipping this one. You know, when the leftist narrative collapses this spectacularly, you simply just gotta cover it. Democrats are out here telling us that DC is totally safe. Nothing to see here, folks. And within 24 hours, they are getting absolutely steamrolled by reality. I got a viral moment here where an ABC News anchor goes off script, breaks with the leftist narrative, and actually tells the damn truth. You know, I guess when Democrats are saying the darnest things, eventually some people are gonna jump ship. And so we've got a mainstream media anchor jumping off the ship here, going off script. Let me show you guys exactly what happened. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so first off, we've got this clip here from ABC News. Here's your typical Washington talking head breaking from the script on live TV.
I can tell you firsthand here in downtown DC where we work, right here around our bureau, just in the past 6 months, there were 2 people shot, 1 person died, literally 2 blocks down here from the bureau. It was within the last 2 years that I actually was jumped, walking just 2 blocks down from here. And then just this morning, one of my coworkers said her car was stolen a block away from the bureau. So we can talk about the numbers going down, but crime is happening every single day because we're all experiencing it firsthand. But again, I'm going to use a personal experience. I was jumped just 2 blocks here from the ABC Bureau. It was not a minor, though. No, hey, look, it's happened to a lot of people in our building, sadly. He was homeless and half-dressed, clearly wasn't in his clear mind. It was scary as hell, I'm not going to lie, but I fought back. I didn't see any weapons in his hands. I felt like it was my only choice. The president did mention that this effort is also going to help clean up homelessness. As we know, many members of the homeless community, sadly, take it upon themselves, like what happened to me, to carry out violence. Not all of them are like that, but sadly, there are those that do, especially when you bring mental illness into the situation. Tell me what's going to happen with them. Will they be arrested? What will they be arrested for? And then where do they go? Because you know as well as I do, just outside those gates of the White House, just outside of the ABC Bureau here, we have homeless communities and tents all along the streets and right off the side of the highway. What do you do with those folks?
You know, usually when watching ABC, what you expect is either losing brain cells because the view is on, or you have some bland, talentless talking head simply feeding you the pre-approved Democrat line. But I guess we're entering a different era. We got the Democrats talking about how safe DC is and how great their track record on crime is. And usually you'd expect all these mainstream media talking heads to just parrot that talking point, but in this case, we got this lady scratching her head saying, wait, what? This place ain't safe. Then she goes describing all the crime in the area, people getting shot just blocks away, people getting jumped, even her mentioning that she's been jumped. You know, just regular experience, everyday experiences of witnessing assaults and armed robberies. This is proof that it's all falling apart. The Democrats are so far detached from reality that the fake news talking heads refuse to go along with it all. And now we've got these viral moments where the narrative is falling apart. It wasn't just that ABC News moment, but also this moment. We got Benny Johnson, the independent political commentator, who just received an invite to the new media seat at the White House press room. And well, just take a look at this moment. I think it speaks for itself.
I lived on Capitol Hill. I witnessed so many muggings and so much theft. I lost track. I was carjacked. I have murders on my Ring camera and mass shootings. I witnessed a woman on my block get held up at gunpoint for $20, and my house was set ablaze in an arson with my infant child inside. And so to any reporter that says and lies that DC is a safe place to live and work, let me just say this. Thank you. Thank you for making the city safe, because no parent should have to go through what my family went through, having the fire department rip open their door to save their infant child. And so thank you for your work on securing this city. My question to you is this. Nancy Pelosi has attacked the president for deploying the National Guard to the city, saying that it is to cover for his incompetence. Hillary Clinton has also attacked the president for securing the city of Washington, D.C. I'd like to get your response to Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton.
Sure. Well, first of all, Benny, I'm so sorry that happened to you and your family. There have been, unfortunately, far too many victims of crime in this city. And I know the majority of residents in the District of Columbia agree with you. And I think it's despicable that Democrats cannot agree that we need more law and order in a city that has been ravaged by violence, crime, murders, property theft. This should be a winning issue for all Americans. I don't understand. It's just anything President Trump does, the Democrats want to disagree with. I think the president would love to work with Democrats on this issue to bring law and order to America's cities, but unfortunately they have failed. And that's why he's taken this historic action to federalize the National Guard. And as you're seeing from last night's numbers, we already have seen success. We are removing violent offenders, we are arresting criminals, and we are removing drugs and firearms off of the streets of the city to make it safer for all of its residents.
Not only does it speak for itself, but it speaks volumes. He tells us that he lived in DC for 15 years, and in his own experience living in DC, he caught mass shootings on his Ring camera, witnessed multiple violent crimes, had his house set on fire while his child was inside, and his child had to get rescued. Cars on his street were constantly being broken into. You know, we've got these people coming out with these laundry lists of why they fled this dangerous city. It's weird how everybody can acknowledge reality except for the Blue Anon people. And speaking of that, here's another resident giving her opinion on the whole ordeal.
We need all the protection that we can get in the city because the city is really getting dangerous. A person like me at this age, I have to make sure to come home before sundown.
It's really not complicated, folks. People are scared, people want law and order, and most importantly, people can see, people can analyze, they know the streets aren't safe, they know what the reality is, and it's just odd that the Democrats' strategy is once again trying to convince people that the sky isn't blue. No, but it is in fact purple. You know, maybe the colorblind Blue Anon people will simply accept Democrat delusion and adopt it as their viewpoint framework, but regular people, normal, intellectually honest people just simply look up and see the sky as blue and then write off the people telling them it's purple as complete nutcases. Well, that's exactly what's happening right now. This is what makes the Democrats look so freaking ridiculous. They're attempting to build this fake little fantasy world where crime is just a right-wing talking point, but the second you step outside of that bubble, you find story after story, clip after clip of real people blowing the whistle on how bad it's gotten. And it's viral moment after viral moment, not just random residents on the streets, but top media news anchors, independent journalists, everybody coming out of the woodwork to say the same thing, that DC is a mess and Donald Trump's crackdown isn't just justified, but frankly, it's long overdue. And I guess just to conclude, what else can I say? It's Democrat narrative versus reality, and time again, reality wins every time. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.